Hi everybody, Wendy from Bald Knob Farmstead once again. How are you doing? Hey, if you'd really like to like and subscribe, that would be fantastic to my channel, and the videos would be wonderful. Hey, we hit 100 subscribers. Thank you everybody to my small little YouTube family. I know 100 isn't a huge amount on YouTube, but you know what? I feel pretty lucky to have the 100 and some odd of you that I have. So very happy. Thanks for sticking around, guys. Couple things today. Well, I just separated, and I should have got it on camera, although it wasn't very exciting. It was really easy to separate these wieners. So here's our wiener pen. Hello, how you doing? There's a pile of wieners in there. Tomorrow, which being Saturday, we are actually rehoming five of them, and we have 3 more that are going to a new home soon, and the rest. There's a couple I'd like to sell, but the rest of them are probably going to go for meat, so that's that. But I wanted to show you. We have been bucket training our calf. He's been bottle feeding 3 times a day, and it's about time for him to grow up a little bit. So he's getting better with the bucket, but it is still kind of funny. Hello, boy. See if I can get a good video of him trying to drown himself in the milk bucket. So he usually pushes his face all the way to the bottom of the bucket. Last night he was literally, and I'm not kidding, eye deep in the bucket of milk. So he's getting so much better. And Ranger Dave. Hello, Dave. Hi, buddy. He's getting so much bigger and so much better, except for him and Odie still tangle. Yeah. So, guys, I'm going to show you a video on what I do with the chicken meat. So you can do so much with the chicken. I mean, like, you guys don't know that, but what we do with the chicken, I started making chicken soup and canning chicken soup, which is awesome. I'm a soupaholic for, I don't know why. But I also make dog treats. I make, well, we did the seal a meal packets of whole chicken, and we cut them up and put cut up whole chicken, chicken wings, chicken drumsticks. Anyway, you'll see that here in just a second. Just wanted to kind of give you a little update on these little minions. And also, since I hit 100 subscribers, I have a little something. It's not here yet. Hi, Ashley. But I bought a little stuffed lamb, which is going to make an appearance in my videos. I'm going to stick it somewhere, and if somebody's the first to see that little lamb, because it seems like that's kind of a thing now that so many people are doing. They're like hiding something in a video, and whoever sees it first gets pinned. So I don't know. I'm jumping on that bandwagon. I think it's kind of cute. Gives you something else to do while watching my videos. So it will be hidden in the next video somewhere in my videos. So if you're the first to comment, timestamp it, I will pin you on the video. And lunchtime's about over. All right, off to process chicken. Okay, so chicken harvest is done. So now we just have to, well, we're gonna freeze probably 3/4 of all of the chicken that we processed this year. And then we're gonna can a bunch too, because if you guys have never had canned chicken, it's so good. I love it. Put it in cold salad, put it in your omelets. I typically sometimes eat it right out of the jar. I love it. It's delicious. So that's what we're gonna do today. So I'm at home. I'm in my apartment, so it may look a little bit different if you guys only see me like on the weekends or the evenings at our property. So I'm home now, my actual home, and yeah, here's what we're gonna do. I just cut open this guy. So the chicken that we were going to can are the ones that either the skin tore off, ripped off, they were kind of ugly, something happened. So I put them in the bag, skin off, to remind me that these ones are the are going to be the ones that we throw in the canner. So I'm going to speed through this. I'm going to go really quick. I'm not going to bore you guys. I'll add some commentary. Get the camera set up here. And this is how I do it. My mommy taught me how to do this. You only need a few simple things. Chicken, obviously. I put a little bit of salt in each jar just because it gives it just a little bit added flavor. I don't think it's required. Now, guys, always read the directions on your canner and take advice from your health department. So here I have a pressure canner. I added 3 quarts of water to the bottom and a couple tablespoons of white vinegar. The vinegar helps to, when your jars dry out, it helps them to not have water spots on them. So 3 quarts of water and in the pressure canner. So I'm going to get going on chopping this sucker up. And yes, my hands are actually clean. I was spray painting, so I have some spray paint stains on my hands that I can't quite get off yet, but my hands are actually clean. They're just a tad bit. Okay, so what I do is I put 8 jars in the bottom of the canner, and then you could put more on top with the spacer. So I make sure that they're not touching each other in the bottom. So if I could cram another small jar in there, I wouldn't, because I like to have the water and the steam and the pressure movement all around the jars separate. So, and yeah, I took 4 carcasses and I just boiled the heck out of them and smashed them down, and that's how I got the stock. So for this whole chicken, I love smoking. Smoking meat, smoking fish. I love cold smoked salmon. So I brine a lot. This is a new brine that I just tried. My husband doesn't like it too salty. Normally I salt a little bit too heavy, and I put thyme, sage, oregano, garlic, powder, onion powder. But this time I did it a little bit different. This was a little more Asian inspired for my husband, and he loved it. So we'll just have to come to a happy medium somehow. Okay, so it's been steaming for 10 minutes, and then you put the weight on. The weight does not start dancing around like a lot of people see until about 15 pounds. We're not going to get that high. So, and then for this chicken, I just cut little pockets into his thighs to put the wingtips in because they tend to burn. Not that it's a huge problem because we don't eat the wingtips anyway. I just make a little pocket. And then I inject it the next day. So this was the next morning on the weekend that I started the smoker. So you can see the skin is a little bit more, it looks a little rough because it's absorbed all that salt water and the brine. So I just do a quick injection, and then it really gets into the meat. When I do the savory blend, the meat actually has streaks of the herbs, which is delicious. So yeah, 12 to 13 pounds for 75 minutes. They say 11 pounds, but that's, I mean, I couldn't get it down that low. Plus, if you go under, you have to restart. So, beautiful smoked chicken. He turned out great. You wouldn't think, 4 to 6 hours in the smoker it'd be moist, but that thing was dripping with fluid. And I'm like, yes, come to me. Oh my gosh, you guys, I didn't even think of showing you my homemade chicken noodle soup. I totally forgot. So I boiled down the chicken stock. So I took we call it carcass stew or carcass soup. Um, so I boiled down 4 carcasses from the chickens because that's all I could fit in my pot. And I just threw some water and I probably simmered it down for a couple hours maybe. And I got a quart of really nice, beautiful chicken stock. So, and I just threw some whole baby carrots down in the bottom of the pot. And here we go. I'm going to make the rest of my homemade chicken noodle soup recipe. It's going to be hearty too. There's a lot of extra stuff in there. So we did cut the breast meat out of this guy and we ate it for pretty much breakfast, lunch, and dinner that day. So we typically don't eat too much of the leg. I mean, we do eat it, but it's not our super favorite. So we always find something else to do with it, especially the drumsticks. My grandmother absolutely loved the drumsticks. I don't know. I don't like eating around all the tendons in there. So we just use it for something else. In this case, it was for the chicken soup. And yes, it did add a little bit of that savory smokiness, and it just added another layer of flavor, which was amazing. It was so delicious. So there you go. Another use for another type of chicken process that we typically do. And the egg noodles are great in this soup. If you boil it too long, it does tend to break down a little bit, which is fine for me. But they don't hold together as well as some of the other noodles. So play around with it. It was delicious. And the second batch of processing, we got a bunch more stock and a bunch more canned. And just a second, you're going to see the new addition to our farm.